Over Analyst channel. Today we are going to be tidying up the special DLC missions of Azure Striker Gunvolt 2 and then jumping into Luminous Avenger, the side game starring everybody's favorite horrible Mega Man knockoff Copen, who will actually be playing through these secret missions with in just a moment. Let me explain what's going on here right after I take a sip of my drink, alright? Excuse me. So, if you recall, last time around on the stream, we were able to complete not only Gunvolt's campaign for this game, which allowed me to realize, wow, Copen is just a much better feeling character, in my hands anyway. It's purely a matter of preference. They both play and are designed really well, I think. Just, Copen's gameplay is way more my style. But by clearing Gunvolt's campaign, not only were we able to see 3 original stages that weren't present in this campaign, but we were then able to unlock a quote-unquote true ending, really just one last duel against the other player character after Zonda's defeat, which we saw with Copen. And thanks to a tip from somebody in chat, we were able to just spam our water cannon ability we got from the Aquaman knockoff Guardian to whittle Gunvolt down to nothing in no time flat. That's more or less the game's true ending. You can get like a different true ending with Gunvolt if you defeat Copen again, but maybe another time. Anyway, by clearing the game thusly, getting one of the, like, secret, quote-unquote, true endings, we unlock a series of 5 secret missions. Now, what these are, I believe, DLC that was originally offered for Azure Striker Gunvolt 2 when it was first released on its original, like, little batch of platforms. In the Striker Pack, which is the collection I'm playing this on, these come bundled in and aren't accessible, again, until you get one of, like, the complete endings. Now, I believe, well, I know for a fact at least 2 bosses from the first game, Merak and Yota, the like, teenager with the laser throne and wormholes, and then the prideful Sumeragi lieutenant with all of the little laser satellites. They return as bosses for this DLC. Now, I don't know if all of the bosses from the first game or all of the bosses of the secret missions are taken from the first game, but A, just in case, and B, because I prefer his gameplay, we're going to be going through these just as Copen. I feel like it wouldn't be quite as interesting if you saw me fight the same bosses with GV again. So, I'll be interested to see how he stacks up against some of the first game's challenges. Because I would say this game's bosses are slightly harder than the first's. And so a character like Copen should just be an absolute ass-kicker going up against challenges like theirs. But without further ado, let's dive right on into Secret Mission 1. So she's gonna be briefing us for these. Yeah, that's fine, Middle. Okay, so no real context. Ultimatum. Welcome to this living hell, my friend. Do not fret over your inability to do more. Instead, give in and accept one final despair. Oh, well, that bodes well, doesn't it? It's gonna be like a challenge stage of sorts? Oh, hello. Are we back on the airship? And these are Sumeragi soldiers, again. Been a while since we've seen them. Were they present in, like, the intro stages of this game? And maybe just nowhere else? You know, this is most definitely the intro. Now with the power of Copen just absolutely destroying most everything. Oh, well, our score may not be that great, but I don't think we're going to be seriously challenged in this section anyway. Do we get a medal? No, just some additional currency. Which, without those upgrade materials we gotta grind for, is more or less useless, but hey, I'll take it. So this is interesting, because here we're playing as Copen in a stage that was designed from the ground up for GV. It served as his tutorial stage, I believe. No, in fact, I know it did. We originally fought the, tank that shows up at the end of Garden 1 as this stage's boss, right? Like, the internet kid and, Tenjian, like, steal it, more or less? I do love that shield Lola projects. Stops any, like, physical projectiles in their tracks. Alright, on to the second half of the stage. Not too bad so far. I'm assuming it's going to get worse. Okay, so we actually can't dash into that guy to lock. Oh, yes we can. My bad. I was just off center. Alright, again, like, nothing's too bad so far. I think this may just straight up be the intro stage, or it has been so far. Anything? Oh, here we go. Yep, so Teseo's digitizing the ship. I want to say this happened in the original stage. Yes, yeah, I'm quite certain that it did. We actually want to destroy enemies and things for additional score. Oh yikes, but we also kind of want to get the hell out of here. Are we good? We might be good. Yeah, looks like it. Nice. And it is indeed the tank again. Hey Kyle, thanks for hosting the stream, man. Really appreciate it. Glad you could tune in as well. Yeah, effortless. There we go. So there's got to be more to this, right? There's that sound effect, which I swear was taken from the Bridge of the Enterprise in, like, Next Generation. No, that's it. Secret Mission 1. I guess it allows you to play the other protagonist's, tutorial mission? Okay. I mean, sure. The intro dialogue was, like, very foreboding, but okay, it's down. Nice. Guess we just move on to the second one, then. Okay, so just the same deal. So they're all called Ultimatum. Oh, alright. Kyle says the secret missions in Ix remove boss weaknesses and makes them harder in general, I think. I gotcha. It looks like something similar maybe happening here. Oh, yeah, it, like, allows you to play through the other protagonist's exclusive stages. Or at least most of them do. I do really appreciate this feature, then, because it allows you to take your favorite character and effectively play through the entire game with them. Oh yeah, this stage is made for coping. Oh, we can't even shatter the glass windows. Nice. Or we can't with the weapons we have equipped currently. Perhaps if he used his GV-inspired weapon, he could. His knockoff flash field. Which, oddly enough, is more powerful than the real thing. Yeah, that's how we do it. Trying to maintain those kudos. We might not, but doing our best. Come on now. There we go. We just might get it. Yes, look at that. Very nice. And now the Iron Maidens aren't anything to worry about with Copen's dashes. Well, okay, these might still be a little tricky, but no, we managed it. This is a very cool, like, post-game bonus, actually. Cal says there's one boss specifically that was immediately harder in Ix because he didn't have a weakness in the special mission. I see, I'll keep an eye out for that. I'm interested to see how boss weaknesses work in the next title. Yeah, we made contact with the spikes, but it's fine. We've got prevasion. We're good. Okay, backflipping into the spikes. Probably not the best thing for our score, but eh. I've noticed that the mines aren't present here for whatever reason. You know those little floating explosive orbs that were all over the place? Or specifically, were stationed around staircases in GV's version of the stage? Other than that, though, it looks like everything else is more or less the same. Right down to Gibril zombies spawning in the same areas. I'm curious as to why the mines aren't here. That, or maybe there's other more subtle changes as well that I just haven't taken notice of. Now, this stage originally... Did this stage originally have a mini-boss, or was it one of the others? Oh man, the sewers might be kind of rough as coping, but... I would imagine Teseo's stage will be even easier. Ow. Oh, jeez. So the Iron Maidens apparently, technically, deal damage multiple times. It registers as several hits instead of just one very powerful one. Still didn't do jack to her health, though. Gotta love that prevasion. Should be nearing the end, I think. Right, like they're wasn't too much more to this stage. We eventually emerge in, like, an open-air courtyard, and that's where we fight the Guardian. I know I've said it many, many times throughout the course of these playthroughs, but the soundtrack is really great for something deliberately trying to evoke, like, early 2000s handheld nostalgia. It captures that sound perfectly. Alright, now of course we actually don't have the special field necessary to disperse Gabriel's traps, so... Ow! Jesus! We're going to have to run past most of them, or dash past most of them. Now that I think about it, this whole area seems unfamiliar. Was this added specifically for Copen's version of the stage, or did we just somehow miss this? Nope. Ooh, out of bullets, my bad. There we go. Made it, somehow. Wait. Before we do that, let's get a few more points. And now it's boss time. So, when he met her in the first garden stage, Copen was able to thrash this boss pretty easily, so... I wouldn't imagine having too hard a time here. Oh, that's right, Lola can just block those. Oh, now he'll have a much easier time with this phase. Very hard to keep a bead on her, but as long as we can deal damage, we'll be fine. Kyle says she's weak to water, I think? Alright, we'll give it a shot. Oh yeah, that's... Thanks for the info. That's definitely gonna help us out here. It makes sense too, I guess, in the context of it, like, washing away all the blood. Oh wait, we gotta get our bullets up. That's the only real challenge for Copen here. This phase drains our bullets like mad. There we go. Got it, though. Cal says logic is metal is rusted. Well, I think her abilities all deal with blood, though, so... I'm honestly really surprised the water didn't dissipate the pools of blood the blades emerge from in the same way that GV's electro field would. But hey, we made it through pretty easily regardless. Oh, her power is technically metal. Okay, that's probably something expanded on in... Well, I know there's actually a pretty extensive, like, quote-unquote expanded universe for this series. And there are, like, light novels and or, like, some kind of OVA or something like that. Oh, she says something like that at some point. I got you. Nothing different here. This should just be the sewers, I think. Well, I've got a good idea. I know what this one's weak to. It's either going to be electricity or ice. Okopen's gonna have a much easier time here. I don't think we really have to worry about the water much at all. Yeah, Kyle says he's the only boss weak to the electric power. I would have imagined as much. Oh, we've got some additional memory for all those skills I definitely don't use. Oh, these turrets weren't here in the original version of this stage, I don't think, or I don't remember them being anyway. It looks like there are very, very minor changes between stages. Yeah, and Kyle says, or confirms my suspicion, I don't think Copen has to worry about short-circuiting in the water. Pretty sure he doesn't. We may not be able to use this specific power or something like that, but it looks like, on the whole, he's just fine. Did all that without technically taking a hit. Very nice. Like, I'm curious, can we... No, we can even use the electrical ability underwater. Okay, so Copen is just much better than GV round the block, confirmed. He's even better at the electricity thing. Alright. I'm curious to play that 5th secret mission, though, because I have a feeling that's where the bosses and content from the first game come in. Technically as DLC or something, I think. Oh, yeah, this is the stage with the mini-boss. Which Copen fights in the garden, I want to say? There we go, easy peasy. He's just so absurdly strong. I love it. We can even open hexafiles easier. Come on. There we go. Now this is not going to be fun, regardless of player character. We can do it, though. Grab ourselves a medal. And after this, before we get to whatever, like, the special 5th bonus is, that's the one I think that's going to be more or less original, for this game at least. We just have Teseo's stage. And being able to dash in more or less any direction we want is going to make that stage much easier than it already was. And it was one of the simpler stages in the game to traverse anyway, I think. It's got a cool little gimmick with, like, the sort of looping boundaries in place of actual gaps, but as a result of that, there being, like, no real bottomless pits in the stage, it's not that difficult to get around. And it looks like being hit by the water does count as a blow sustained for Copen, but it doesn't affect him obviously in the same ways it would GV. I do think it's funny that, like, Copen even has an easier time of the stages specifically designed for another character. Like he's just, from a mechanical perspective, just so much more versatile that he's able to, like, kind of just thrash challenges that were meant to be pretty significant for the main character of the series. So even though he plays like Mega Man, I guess he's more like a spiritual successor to Zero in that regard. For anybody who knew how to play him in the Mega Man X titles where he was available as like a secondary character, Zero was insanely powerful. Cal says the water bubbles work the same for both. I don't think you got hit by them as Gunvolt outside of the falling section. Wouldn't they, like, short-circuit? Yeah, short-circuit him temporarily? I thought they did. Speaking of that falling section, here we go. Okay, so I keep trying to, like, dash to the bottom. It's a good attempt, but not working. There we go. God, that's ridiculous. Alright, we're ready for him. Cal says Gunvolt just takes pervasion damage and gets pushed, maybe. Okay. I couldn't recall clearly, but that's nice and generous of them, then. Alright, boss time. We should be able to make an absolute mockery of him with this loadout. Sorry, I had to take a drink really quickly. And phase 2. And time for his Aqua Avatar, is it? Yep. But we've already got a beat on you. And got him. I think for Copen, in his main campaign anyway, this guy was the easiest boss we had to face, like, bar none, and went down the fastest. Cal says he only gets short-circuited if he uses his electricity and water, because that would be punishing you for being near water otherwise. Right. Well, that, and we were able to cause him to short-circuit in the final boss fight in Copen's campaign, so that's what made me think, oh, that probably would short-circuit us, but I totally did not recall. Oh, we actually completed a challenge. That's new. Which was it, pray tell? Clear the Garden 3 within 20 minutes. We get just a ton of cash for that. Happy to see it. I mean... And clear it with a rank of B or higher. These are just for replaying the stage. Very nice. There's one for clearing it even faster. Oh, and this. Use our EX weapon, I guess in this case the Electro Field, to defeat multiple enemies at once. Can we synthesize anything? Oh, yes we can. Ooh, that's interesting. I mean, the bullet optimizer sounds good. As does the weapon recharger, and actually I'm going to hold out for the weapon recharger if we manage to, like, assemble anything today. Ooh, or this, the aerial sniper. A lot of these sound pretty good. But no time for that. We've got to carry on into Teseo's stage. The entire, like, metropolitan complex he somehow digitized in the style of, like, early 90s cyberspace fiction. Let me see. Apparently he's weak to his own weapon. Cal says, my personal build is extra bullets and aerial damage. That... well, extra bullet sounds like it would always be a good idea. And aerial damage as well, because if you're dashing into enemies to get locked onto them properly, Copen spends a lot of time in midair. So in this version of the stage, I forget if they were present in the one GV got to play through. But Teseo's constructs, the mines and little, like, spinning wheels that he summoned in for his boss fight, are actually appearing throughout the complex. I want to say I might remember the mines showing up in such a fashion, but not the wheels. Could be wrong about that, though. There we go. Cal says, they take so much space in this game, so it's usually only one extra bullet and then the damage until I have more space. Well, I mean, the 3 bullets they give you to start out with, obviously, can carry you pretty far. We made it through the whole game with them. So just having one more in your back pocket, like, say, to grant additional prevasion during really challenging boss ults or things like that, would be really handy. Ah, right, this is where we would need to use our flash field as GV to activate these platforms. Or, as Copen, we could just dash over the spikes, because again, this character seems to be better in just about every way. Again, I'm half joking. It's just, he's far more to my tastes. And Teseo's weapon, never really got a chance to experiment with it before, has some phenomenal coverage. You don't get many uses per, like, full charge. But, like, pierces through walls and, like, single enemies, it's pretty handy if you just want to take out or clear a swath right ahead of you. This weapon will also allow us to take out the boss probably really quickly. It seems to deal an obscene amount of damage, and Teseo doesn't have the most health of the Guardians, not by a long shot. Looks like they might deal with these platforms that responded to the flash field by just making them all red. Nope. There are still going to be some blue platforms, but we could either use, I'm sure, our own flash field to activate them, or we could just dash around all of them. I vote for the latter. Ooh! Damn, we like, stomped that turret to bits. Lovely. Oh yeah, we are just cruising through this area. I guess it's kind of nice to, like, in addition to have the ability to play through the other character's campaign after you finish your own, just take a nice little victory lap around this world. Oh yeah, the more I play with it, I see Teseo's weapon's kind of the truth. Cal says, nice to know the game's frames drop even when you reload stomp on an enemy in the PS4 or even in the PS4 version. Yeah, that seems we've had like some frame drop a couple of times throughout like the playthroughs. On the whole, the game seemed to run really, really well. Especially considering the hardware they were first developed for. But it has been noticeable. I think for the most part, these were just straight ports. There wasn't a lot of optimization or things of that nature. To my knowledge, like, again, I'm no game design expert. I'm like a D-list history grad student and student teacher. So I couldn't tell you... I could not give you an expert opinion on that, but it looks like they were just, I mean, very competent, but effectively straight ports. Yeah, Kyle says they just didn't fix it because Ix doesn't have this issue, I think. Yeah, no, it's probably just issues present with the original software that were carried over Bethesda style to the ported version. Alright, we should be to the man-child himself before too long, right? Oh, that was quite the run, wasn't it? We destroyed everything in that section without having any safe places to land. Okay, hold on, we are going to need our electrical weapon for this. Alright, ready for the boss. And then that fifth special mission, which seems like, again, that's going to be our original content. That's what I'm really excited to see. Alright, we've got our weapon. Oh, yeah, his own weapon deals obscene damage to him. I mean, I want to say most things do. I distinctly remember Teseo not having a ton of health normally. But I mean, we're almost to the third act, and yep, here it goes. Here, how do you like mine? Oh, where the hell were we? Totally lost my character in all that chaos, but we got him in record time. Oh, we ought to clear a couple or no, if we were replaying the stage, we definitely would have cleared a couple time-based challenges there. There we go, baby. 5 stars. That's what I'm talking about. Weapon compressor upgraded. Now uses 1 less unit of memory. That's nice, I guess. Not really gonna affect the way we play, but... Can we synth anything cool? Oh, aerial sniper. There we go. Yeah, that's gonna use up most of our crypt alloys. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's worth it. And now for this final mission, we finally get to change our loadout a little bit. Alright, do we have a different briefing for this one? Oh! Damn, it's a boss rush! Can we do it? I don't know, give me 1 minute. I am curious about something, though. I heard there was DLC for this game. And I want to see how to access it. Sorry, just a minute. I'm doing a little research. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting there. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, there are DLC for this game that allow you to fight, like, all of the bosses from the first game with slightly expanded movesets in earlier stage, like the game's standard stages. But I know that apparently some of the game's DLC was included in this pack, other specific items weren't. I've no idea how to access those stages. So, this may have to be it for now. I do feel good knowing that, you know, we're not missing out on any like, special or unique bosses that weren't present in either game at all. So we're gonna give this a try. We'll give it a couple tries. If we make it to, like, the 1 hour mark on the stream and we haven't gotten anywhere, we'll save it for another day, like maybe tomorrow, because I do really want to dig into Copen's solo game. But I quite like the idea of a proper boss rush. Alright, 1 moment. Let me just equip my favorite weapon. Well, the tank is nothing. Easy peasy. Kyle says, Ix also has DLC, but it's just 1 extra song for Lola and 1 super boss. I have the super boss stage. I did not buy the extra song because, honestly, $2 for 1 audio track, that's not quality in my mind. Alright, so we're starting with Gabriel. Not going for a high score here, just going to survive. Oh yeah, the water, the jets of water deal way more damage to her than even my favorite weapon. And looks like, quite fittingly, we're throwing down in the garden. Looks like she's got maybe 1 more volley in her. Nope. There we go. Cal says, I originally only bought the song, but I recently just bought the boss. It was alright. $2 for each is about right. $2 for, like, a super boss is an acceptable value, I would say. But $2 for a single song, at least in my mind, is a really drastic overcharge. That's... An audio track, unless it's like a rhythm game, is the type of thing that really ought to be, free. Like, free LC, as they say these days. Alright, Aqua Avatar, let's do it. That should get him. Very good. So next up will be Teseo. I think we're going in like the order Gunvolt would have fought them in, maybe? Yep. And for whatever reason, he gets a unique arena. So if we are doing this in the order that GV would have fought the bosses in, Tenjian should be next, and aside from Phase 1 Zonda, he's the only fight I'm really worried about. Cal says he probably gets a unique arena because of his mechanics. I don't know. Is the arena slightly larger or something? Looks like it could just be a style thing, but... Alright, Desna, I get to use my favorite weapon for. Oh, whoops, didn't mean to press that, but, yeah, sure, we'll take it. There we are. Oh, jeez. I was hoping I could tag her at the start of that attack, but no dice. Nice. Okay, so if she was... Gori might be next? Gori, then the chef? No, chef, then Gori. Problem is, it's so easy to accidentally lock on to the crone. Alright. Whoops. Almost to stage 3, though. Oh, jeez. Oh yeah, here it comes. We are in stage 3. He's always been one of the harder bosses for me, so taking some damage here isn't really that surprising, but we've got it. Cal says the arena for Teseo is probably barely taller because he spawns the platforms. You might have a point there. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. He can spawn up to like 3 tiers at a time, so that makes sense. Alright. He's particularly vulgar, isn't he? Alright, Poetry Slam.
Poetry Slam! Wing wing! Rip down! Poke down! Oh! Break it! Yo! Yo!
Alright, we're almost there. Just Tianjin left. And that's the one I'm afraid of. It'll be him, and then I guess just straight on to Zonda? Alright, let's do it. Oh, geez, what would you be weak to? I guess we could just try some stuff out, yeah? Well, Gibril's probably not gonna do much for us. Oh, it deals decent damage, though, regardless of whether or not he's weak to it. He's weak to Gori's weapon. Oh, great. The weapon that I believe I'm the worst at using, but this is the one you can charge, I think. I do like that they actually heal us between rounds. Occasionally, if not all the time. You full charge, it takes like half a life bar almost. Oh wow. Well, let's see how you like my special. Okay, so is there any way to dodge that attack, or is it just a guaranteed hit? Because it seems like it just goes on indefinitely until it connects. Well, we got him, so just Zonda? Or no, it's the super tank. Right. You can dodge it. Alright, it just lasts a very long time, I would imagine. So this one's gonna take us a little bit longer, but for Copen, at least, it's not much harder than the one in the intro. For GV, this was pretty tough, getting around the shield anyway. Fortunately, its ult, at least with Pervasion, really isn't that bad. Kyle says it's just hard because of the ice. Well, the ice and the ridiculous range of the attack, like the swaths of the screen it takes up every time. There we go. Oh, I thought we were going to get in around the shield, and I was about to celebrate myself for being so clever, but no dice. Alright, that was the pre-Zonda boss, right? So... Yep. Time for the one I've really been dreading. The hardest fight in the game. Alright, let's go ahead and use that heal. Alright. They're going to use Phantasmagoria before long, right? Yep, here it comes. Well, that's what my ult is made for. Hopefully I can clip both of them at once. Yep. Which, hopefully, dealt double damage. Oh my god. Well, that's the worst thing we're going to have to do, over and done with, and if we leveled up, Cal says if the ice wasn't on the floor, you'd probably be able to dodge Tianjin's attack for free. With Gunvolt, given how quickly he can, and indefinitely he can dash on the ground, that's a given. With Copen, I honestly don't know. And then after this, we've just got the final boss, which we were able to effectively no-sell at the end of Copen's campaign. So my god, we might actually get this boss rush on the first try, which would make me very, very proud indeed. Now wait, did we say that they were weak to Gabriel's weapon? Oh my god, they sure are. Jesus Christ, look at that damage. Hot damn. Alright, here comes the family one more time. Oh, there's the shield. Dang it. Well, it's still much easier for Copen to get around than for GV, I think. Because again, he can just no-sell so much of this. There we go. Zonda is much, much easier than Nova was in the first game, which is alright, I think. Like, it's still a very well-constructed fight, mechanically and, narratively. I think it's very satisfying. The first phase is just so much harder than the second one, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Alright. Cal says on Switch this is the only time you can fight Zonda. You could take a picture of her ult because it blocks it on Eden. Really? You can't take screenshots in the garden stages? One thing I appreciate about the like aqueous laser, or sorry, the aqua lasers, is that you get so many uses out of a single charge. It might have the largest clip of any special weapon Copen has access to. Wonder if we can unlock that kind of static orb attack. Right, so down he goes, phase 2, with the anthem at full strength. I really appreciate having a proper boss rush in this game. Like, the little miniature ones against the mirror bosses at the end of each character's campaign are very nice, and again, like, they're thematically appropriate. But, like, it just doesn't feel like a Mega Man-esque game unless you've got a crazy, like, gauntlet of all the bosses in the game, you know what I mean? Or most of them, anyway. We'll go ahead and use that heal, because I'm not dying here. There we go. And without his flash field, even in this form, he is effectively useless. Ooh. There's his starting skill. That's the power of water, baby. Cal says Gunvolt has 2 hidden skills in his stages. That's where you get the orb. Oh, nice! I had no idea. And Cal says the reason the water weapon has a large clip is probably because it's a rapid-fire weapon and it doesn't do a lot, unlike, say, Teseo's weapon. No, I definitely agree, but hot damn, did I get an S rank on my first attempt at the boss rush? It's honestly probably not that hard to do, but still, feels great. We've completed a challenge, I would hope so. So that is it. That, I believe, is all we can access right now in Azure Striker Gunvolt. I believe. Again, let me double check and make sure I can't access this other... Ah, haha, okay. So, the DLC stages, which include the bosses from Azure Striker Gunvolt 1, are only included on the Switch version of the Striker Pack. Unfortunately, there's no way to access them here. But honestly, it seems like we're not missing out on too much, as they are admittedly intriguing sounding, much harder remixed versions of stages already present in the game, with one of the Sumeragi adepts taking the place of one of Eden's guardians at the end. So I think we're done here as far as like what I want to show off right now. That was some really solid post-game content. And again, like, the boss rush was great fun. The boss fights are easily the best part of this game, I would contend, and having the ability to just, like, mainline all of them in one shot with no fluff in between is actually really nice. I want to see what challenge we completed real quick, but then we're going to take maybe a 5-minute break, during which I will transition over to Luminous Avenger, Copen's solo adventure, and we can dig into that one. Alright, was that it? For now. Alright, so thank you all so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me in this exploratory journey of Azure Striker Gunvolt 2. I'll be back very shortly. If you catch this as a VOD, it should be uploaded back-to-back with the next stream, which is going to go live in a matter of minutes, of Azure Striker Gunvolt, or sorry, no, Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back with that. I do have to cut the stream to transition, but give me like 3 minutes, folks, and we will be ready for you. Alright, see you soon.